still got to clean up your back.
Hi, I'm Ketriana Yvonne, and today's guest is Randy Jones. Thank you for being a guest on the Ketriana Yvonne Show.
You're welcome,
A
and thank you for having
returning
me.
guest.
Yes, thank you for having me back.
Yes. So back in, I can't remember exactly what month it was, but Randy was new to me, and I featured him, and he was like in the midst of making several films
Yes.
and some comedy skits that he
Yes.
has on YouTube. So since that time, afterwards, he asked me to be, he gave me a small part in a, let's say, big movie.
Thank you, I appreciate
Which
that.
I actually took, and
Yes.
I played Tamara, his wife.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so
yes.
how was that experience working with me?
The experience was good. You did great. You cooperated very good. You're very natural. And for someone as a newcomer, as far as in the acting, as far as, you know, from as a director, from what I know from you, you did real good. You did better than most actors that we see on television and movies. You did real good. And I applaud you. I appreciate it.
Okay. So here at Brick, we had a lot of feedback because, people would be, oh,
Yeah.
there was like 2 scenes. Yeah, they were like I said, we played a married couple, and my character was Tamara.
Yes.
And, so all I heard was, how he get you in bed, and this line about some hot sauce. So I'm like, I do all these films, that's the only thing you could ask me. So anyway, so I learned to deal with it. And it was an experience.
Well, you're going to get people that's going
It's
to...
okay, I don't even want to discuss
Okay,
that.
no problem. Okay.
I moved on from it. It was a rewarding experience.
I got more rules for
And
you.
I support you and applaud
Thank
you.
you.
Because Randy
Thank you.
is someone that's like actively out there. Like every day he's sending me pictures like trying to manifest his destiny. And so Channel 5,
Channel 7.
yeah, so he's always taking a picture in the morning with some newscaster or
Celebs.
celebrities. So he's
Networking.
back here today to just give us an update on all the things that's happened since that time and what he's working on now.
Yes. Okay, yes, as you explained, such a good way, the film that we did called The Non-Thanksgiving Family Dinner, which you played my wife, I played your husband, Andre, promoting that right now. Hopefully in this year, 2019, around Thanksgiving time, it should be out. Looking to put it in public theaters or put it on Amazon, which in that nature. I have a screening coming up, which I told you about, on March 2nd. We're supposed to be showing it, and a couple other screenings as well after that, you know. And in the midst of promoting these films, I also have another film that I'm getting ready to start shooting in a couple of weeks. This is a superhero movie, which for 2020, I'm mostly going to be directing this one. I'll be starring in it, acting it, and a little part, but not a whole lot. But I'm mostly going to be directing this one and filming it.
Okay. So can you tell me, since I guess, for the past couple of months, you've been you aired, I guess, about 3 films. Can you tell us the names of the films? And
You mean that was aired on Brick?
yes.
Oh, yes. A Non-Thanksgiving Family Dinner. Okay. Money Over Morals. And A Great Disappointment. And those are the 3 films. And the Non-Thanksgiving Family Dinner, that's about family trying to get together for the holidays and things that seem to work so good and stuff. And it was a whole lot of mess ups and everything. Similar to what goes on in real life with family. Money Over Morals is basically about a guy in the inner city in the housing projects in Brooklyn, playing by myself, portraying to be a drug dealer, but come to realize that's not the way to go when he come by 2 near-death experience. And then at the end, he decided to give his heart to God and follow on a different path and talk to kids on the street and let them know not to go that way. A Great Disappointment is a story about a guy played by me again, who was trying to get a house, and then he tried to, got with this young lady, and he thought he was gonna get married to, and she pretty much turned him down, and the house he's trying to get, he couldn't get the house, so he was greatly disappointed. He was at a point of his life, he was about to commit suicide, then he had to think about it, talk to a relative who talked him out of it, and, it has a happy ending. So basically, all the movies that I pretty much explained to you that they play all has a meaning to it. What goes on in everyday life.
Okay. And so for Randy, one person you wanted to meet was Robin Roberts. So we're just
Yes.
putting that out there to manifest that.
Why you gotta do that? Okay, that's all right.
It's coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
Well, actually, I did meet her.
Right. He's had 2 run-ins.
I had a couple of runners. She's a very nice person.
Yes.
Very. I think I told you I'm gonna try to get on your show.
Exactly.
She's very nice. I mean, I'm a big fan of Good Morning America as well as your show, and I come down all the time. And she recognized me. Like if she came in the studio now, she'd be like, "Hey, I know you. How you doing?" And we talked a couple of times. One time I had a certain hat on, a sports hat. I forgot the name. I think it was a Knicks hat or something. And I asked her, I took a picture. She said, "Well, not with that hat on." And then and then she smiled and we took a picture anyhow. But she's a real nice person. Yeah, she's very nice. The time haven't came yet for her and I to really sit down in the studio and talk, but it's coming. But she's really nice. She's real humble, very down to earth. She's a real sweet woman. Very nice.
Okay. And so, like I said, I didn't know Randy personally the last time he was on my show, but since that time, he's prayed for me. He's very spiritual, and
You got on my nerve a lot.
yes, we played into the role we played as husband and wife. You know,
Acting. Okay.
right? So we're so now I know him a little bit better, and it's been an interesting journey.
You have a
And
sitcom.
the one thing I can say about Randy, he's a go-getter, and he takes risks as far as like, you know, I'm just gonna go out there today and, you know, he ends up meeting somebody and,
Yes.
you know, he posts a picture, and then he'll do silly videos because he's also a comedian.
Well, I wouldn't say comedian. Well,
Well,
people
whatever.
say not stand-up comedian.
You gotta
I'm
be
a
a
comedy.
comedian because, you know, I can't keep up with you because sometimes it's like, all right, is that a joke? Like, well, you know, and this is me being his wife, but off camera, I'm like, that wasn't funny though. So anyway, he does constantly, every day he posts little videos, just doing something that's funny. And he's consistent, and he's been in the film industry for a number of years. And so when you speak of longevity and dedication, you know, for people out there going into it, that's what it takes. You know, he hasn't given up on the dreams. He's met several people, produced several shows, and we ended up working together. From my point of view, it was a good experience because, you know, I'm around equipment all day long, cameras, and you need a lot of people. And Randy comes in and he can get it done with what, your Sony camera.
I have a little
Well, whatever.
Samsung camera, handheld. I got a couple of cameras
and shoot a
lights.
whole film.
Yeah.
So I applaud him for that because nothing's going to stop him, and I know it's only a matter of time before, you know, he's having his big screen
Yes.
Hollywood opening.
Yeah, I'm taking you with me. So you
Yeah,
know
and
that, right?
I'll be with him.
I'm taking you with me off the show. You coming? I'm moving to Hollywood. You coming, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Hollywood.
Yeah, you coming,
And
right?
according to Randy, I'll be in a whole bunch of other places around the world too. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to those.
Got you a couple movies. You know, we got a sitcom we got to do.
Oh,
It's
we're going
gonna
to do
be
a
funny.
sitcom too.
It's called Can Life Get Any Worse Than This? Now, I'm saying the reason why, because I was looking to cast somebody for that, because when I'm promoting the film and everything, I want to get back into television. And a lot of people was talking about what we did was so good, you know, and they said, you got chemistry together. And I had a former actress that I worked with on the show who pretty much had to go, you know, and take care of some personal things and went on a different route. So when I looked at her, you came to my mind, she would be good for this other part, for the sitcom. I said, you know, that'll be good. Because similar off camera to how we act in real life, it's like similar to like on camera. On camera. So I thought about that. So I put one and one together. I said, this would be good. You know, I play a part like an annoying cousin, and
Yes.
I'm the dirty one as always, and you're the clean one. You know, in a sense, you know, like a black version of the Odd Couple. And I said, this would be good. So I said, you know, let me ask her about it. That's why I sent you the script and everything. I know as a director, we can see things that we know is going to work.
Right.
So that's when I saw you and I said, listen, I want to use you for this thing. Whenever I see somebody that I feel in my heart's going to be good for a role, 10 out of 10, I'm never wrong. And I know it's going to work. So
Right.
when we get ready, if what they saw, we did a little dancing thing, what they saw, when they saw that, and they think that was crazy, they ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
So that's just a little something, you know, I'm putting out there. Hopefully it'll be ready by the fall of 2019.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure it'll be out in the fall of 2019, along with probably 4 other ones. You're working on the action.
Yeah, the action film. This is a movie called The Unstoppables. It's actually an original comic book movie. I actually found an illustrator who's going to be doing the illustration for me, like a series. And I already cast my actors, and we got the script. There's a trailer in the works right now that's being done, and that should be up in the next month or so. Okay?
Yeah.
Awesome trailer. You know, just put it like, I'm not trying to like copycat in their way, but just put it like similar to like an Avenger, but in a black version. Not to be biased or anything, but it's just like the direction I feel in my heart to go.
Right.
With a cast of newcomers that's coming up. You know, not newcomers in acting, but newcomers that people would see
Right.
as far as doing action, and it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff in it. So we're gonna start filming some of that like this month, you know, in about a couple of weeks. And that should be done, finished filming around June. Also, I just got an opportunity earlier today. It's not a definite guarantee that I'm, with all the things I got going on, be a part of it, but I spoke to somebody today from Walt Disney at this event I went to, and remember Shakespeare in the Park? They get ready to do Hercules in the Park.
Okay.
And they casting people right now, and somebody I'm connected to that interviewed me on the radio had told people about me, and they told me what to do to come down and everything.
Okay.
So there's a great possibility that for the month of the summer that I'll be doing theater. And I never did theater. I
Okay.
told
Is
them,
this Central Park, Shakespeare Park?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite
yeah,
things.
it's gonna be Hercules in the Park.
Okay.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not a definite guarantee because I gotta see where my schedule's going, but they want me to be a part of this.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I never
Well-
did theater, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Well, if it's an opportunity to do Shakespeare in the Park,
Hercules in the Park. They're not gonna do Shakespeare this year. They're gonna do Hercules. Walt Disney is doing something.
okay.
It's on the news. It's going to be
Right.
doing something different, and you probably going to see it on the news a couple of times in the next couple of months. That's the production that I became a part of as well.
okay. All right.
So
So, okay, Hercules in the Park.
I'm not playing Hercules. You know that.
I don't know. I don't know what part you're playing, but hopefully you'll get it and we'll support you.
Yes.
that.
Yes. It's a lot of doors opening up, and it's happening so fast. I'm like, wow.
And you know, and because you say that, and it couldn't happen to a more deserving person. Because you've been at
thank you.
this for a long time, and you know
Yes.
you worked with different people, and like I said, I was new to the Randy Jones
Yes.
film production, and then with someone that had interviewed you a while
Yes.
back that works on my crew, and so I remember you, and so I actually got to we went back and pulled that that TV show up from.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so to know that someone
Yeah.
has been, I mean, this is what true dedication is.
I
For,
s-
for people that are like just starting and then they may
Yeah.
be feeling like giving up
Yes.
because things have not happened fast enough. It happens when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And you know, you haven't given up yet. So
And I'm not
I
going to give
applaud
up.
you.
Yeah, because I mean, I started doing music back in 1983. And then I still do music a little bit. And then when the year 2000 got in, I started getting more serious. Or actually, 1999, I started getting more serious in the camera work. And then I said, you know, I can act. So I started getting more into acting. And I still do music, but, you know, acting now, it's really my passion. So I've been at it for a while, and this is part of my calling.
Yes. And speaking of call-ins, Randy is also a person who follows the path of his God, and he well, I don't want to say he prophesizes, but he has a tremendous gift, and you know I'm not going to get into that, but
I'm not religious, but I do speak whatever I see.
Okay. Now that's a new one now for you to say to me, that you're not religious. Okay.
I'm not. I'm not
Okay.
religious. I, I speak whatever I feel in my heart to speak, and then I say it. I'm more like an encourager. You know, like Christ was to the people, something like that. Like Jesus is to the people, in that way. I don't bash people over the head. I
Right.
accept you for who you are, and love you for who you are.
And the one thing I can say about Randy, if he does tell you something, believe it. So, anyway, what else we got to talk about?
Well,
You,
what you have to, I mean, what do you think, what else you want to know?
no, I'm just doing, okay, let me pause. So, so you're working on, you're in a novel?
Yes, I'm also in a novel I've done, okay, by the name of Ken Devine. He's actually the creator of the whole series and everything, and he pretty much saw my work. He's actually one of the actors in the film. He saw my work and everything, and he asked me to be a part of his, his production. I said, all right, no problem, So I'm got that going. That should be out sometime in the summer.
Okay, great. So that's wonderful. And like I said, you're always, out there, being, you do extra work also.
Yeah, I kind of
Randy
slowed down.
he creates opportunities for himself and for others. And he has a very unique way of,
I can't waste talent.
right.
I don't like wasting talent. I mean, I come from a family and when my parents don't like wasting things, especially like food, and they say don't waste your talent. So if I get an opportunity to do something, I get an idea, I'm just gonna flow with the idea and go for it. Okay, I can't wait. There's an idea right now that coming to my mind. That came to my mind that I'm gonna start writing down. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna mention it now, but it's gonna be
Right.
awesome. But I can't waste talent, and I recruit a lot of actors and
Right.
actresses and stuff. I even spoke to a couple of agents from well-known actors, and they already told me what I need to do in order to get the actors, and that's going to be my next step. Okay, so you guys are like the first to come in. Now they're going to be the next one that you guys going to be working with. So I got to really just put my stuff out there because I came to realize the hard way. You ain't nobody gonna give you nothing.
Exactly.
You gotta work for it. And I'm pretty much glad it's like that because it gives me a greater opportunity to really trust in God to get me to where I need to go and do my own thing. So I can help other people out who was like myself that's trying to make it, that I see talent that you have that you may not know you have that I can pull out of you
Exactly.
and put it where I'm going.
So here you have it. Randy Jones, filmmaker.
Yes.
When I first met him, he described himself as the next Tyler Perry. And I was like, no, let Tyler Perry be Tyler Perry and you be Randy Jones.
Well, people was calling me that. They was calling me Tyler Perry and stuff
Right.
like that. Every time every time I talk to people, I'm gonna do my own films. The first person that came to my mind, oh, like Tyler Perry, and I'm like, yeah, I guess, but you can put in that nature. I mean, it's good because if you look at Tyler Perry's success and from where he was to where he's at right now, it's awesome.
Right.
So to be called somebody like that, I'm not trying to be like him. Tyler
Right.
Perry's Tyler Perry,
Right.
and I'm Randy Jones. We're totally different, but I gotta understand what they talk about as far as writing, directing, producing, doing your own thing like he did. Because it's a good thing. It's a lot of work, but it's a great feeling when you do your own. It's just like owning your own house. It's nothing like owning your own.
Right.
It's a great feeling because it gives me a great opportunity to give everybody jobs.
Okay. So I'll be up first for the when that happens. Okay, so do you want to leave us with some advice for up-and-coming filmmakers?
Yes. Anything that you do when filming, don't give up. Okay? Want to look at the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give up, okay? Continue to follow your dreams, your passions, whatever you do. Don't give up, okay? I don't care how long it takes. If you start at the age of 20, if you're 65 and didn't make it yet, keep going at it because you're going to get there, okay? Never give up. Never stop doing what you're doing. Continue, and eventually you're going to get there. Guarantee.
Okay.
And put God first. That's the first thing.
All right. So I'm going to end this with my last guest was Dr. Bob Lee, and this is his book, The Daily Dose of Quotes and Anecdotes, featuring the words of wisdom to help you make the grade. So it has quotes, and so I'm just going to continually just pick one because I found it to be such an interesting book. So this one is number 34, which is obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. And that's Michael Jordan. Thank you for joining us with Randy Jones, filmmaker, on the Ketriana Yvonne show. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the Ketriana Yvonne show, and I'm Ketriana Yvonne, and today's guest is Bobby Stone, a wonderful rapper, talented motivational speaker, and entrepreneur. And it's a great opportunity to have you in the house today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I love your show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's been a while. I've been watching you for a while now. You know, we kind of just interact on Facebook. I've been following you, your fashion shows, your new line, Ibit, and I'm always happy to see that a young man, you know, family man, you know, going out there, making an effort to go into the schools and say the word. And also you're a former social worker?
Yeah. I'm a present social worker.
Okay. So I'm just going to hand it over to you and let you tell everybody all the things that you're working on, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you. Well, it feels so good to when someone just acknowledges what you're doing, because on this journey, it just feels like sometimes you're just like on this
Right.
hamster wheel. So just thank you for this platform. But yes, I'm Bobby Stone. I'm a leader of the New Old School. I'm always grateful for this atmosphere. This is where we do the New Old School comedy show. Two-time award-winning
Yes.
New Old School comedy show. Shout out to Brick for all their love and creating this platform for me to expound on my horizons and my talent, my endeavors. But yeah, under the New Old School umbrella, we have a radio show, a radio app that people can download. We have a fashion show, which is dedicated to independent models, independent designers. On the radio app, you'll find a lot of independent artists. We do events. You'll find a bunch of independent artists at the events. I go to schools, preach positivity to the youths at the schools. I've been to Rikers Island, talking to the inmates, trying to reduce recidivism, trying to help people find different choices, and I'm just pro community. You know, I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and it means a lot to me to make Crown Heights proud, but it also means a lot to me to be a dope rapper. But every time I try to elevate and go to the next level, I'm trying to put the ladder back down for my community.
Yes.
So that's what I'm about.
Okay. And I know you're about these things, and for me, I'm not really like into rap. But I love your, you know, when I hear your raps, I'm like, oh, I like that. So, you know, that's a big plus. That's a big plus for you. And the fact that it's something that I would listen to, you know, because I always tell people, I'm like, when it comes to music, I'm like if I'm into like what's good in according to me.
Yeah.
So that's not everything. I'm not really into the music I hear today. And so when I'm like, okay, you're going to change some things.
Yeah.
So, and I know also like when you're starting out and you're out there and you're trying to get support, I know how it is. It's like you feel like your message is not being heard, but I want you to know it is, because I get your message, and whatever I can do to continue to, you know, just let me know everything you're doing, and I'll just promote that. You know, he has the Earth Day fashion show coming up.
Yeah.
And so expand on that a little bit more.
Yeah. And I just thank you. You repost, you reshare. To someone like me that's independent, I don't have no major label, no major investors backing me. Your likes and your reshares are priceless. You know, you know, you can't really pay for that. You know, me doing the fashion shows, and just like when I was at, I became the owner of Brooklyn Nights, the bar. What did I do? I put the ladder back down so that other people could get a job, other people could work, or that other artists could perform on this new platform.
Right.
So another reason why I'm grateful for Brick, right? Because now we're not just at the bars, we're in over, hopefully, over 300,000 households, right?
Yeah, so
You know,
200, well, I don't know, 250 countries can watch live stream when a show is actually being aired. Brick is also, we have an HD channel, so like my show airs the first Wednesday of every month, and then I'm also on the HD, so this will air like probably 3 times a week.
Beautiful.
3 times a day.
Thank you.
So,
and you're putting the ladder back down for me, and that's why people like us connect. And so my fashion show for the first time, Earth Day, is gonna be aired on TV. So you know, our first fashion show was featured in Hip Hop Weekly, and the designers and models got mentioned. So these are, I like to choose people that are the girl next door. So my first show, I was going up to girls at bus stops, like, you ever thought about modeling?
Right.
You know. And no, me? Like, and they end up modeling, but you end up on a magazine.
Right.
So now I don't just want the models. I haven't made it to a level where I could pay models. I do want to get to that level.
Yeah, well, you will.
But at least, and I will, but at least we could put you on television, and maybe somebody else could discover you.
Right.
And hopefully you'll put the ladder back down.
Right.
But even if you don't, I did my part.
Right. And I like that you're saying, like, you put the ladder back down, because as a community of people, I mean, I think, well, the purpose of my show is to put the ladder out there for other people that, you know, people already climbed the ladder and they're where they're supposed to be. But then we have so many talented people that need that ladder, you know, extended to them. And then hopefully once they make it, they will continue and know that that's how you do it. You always extend the ladder to the next person.
Yeah.
You don't like take the ladder.
Hopefully
You don't take the ladder away. It's something.
Yeah. Well, some people climb up the ladder.
Fold up the ladder.
Yeah, they pull it up
Leave
so
you
nobody
hanging.
could go up. That's like the
Exactly.
craziest. That's the wildest.
So that's why I said that's a good. I like the way you said the ladder, because that's a good metaphor for just extending what you have to offer, because it's like I said, so many talented people, and I'm trying to get those people to be known and heard, because they have to be.
Yeah,
Because
and they deserve it,
I'm
a lot
going
of
with
them.
my 80%. Everybody on my show is going to be famous, you know, legends. Okay,
Nice,
so
nice.
and I'm truly believing this.
You too. You're gonna be a legend too.
Okay, all right.
You are a legend already. In my eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like what you represent. You
And that's how I
goodness.
feel about the people that I see, and I follow everyone. And even though, you know, I might not be doing a whole bunch of social media, it's my mouth, because I'm talking about. I think everybody here knows, like, all my, you know, most of the people that's been on my show, Meridian Lights. I'm like, that's my number one group. And today we have some other guests that's been on the show. I want to have like pop up, because, you know, I follow them and I'm like, oh my God, they're doing that. You know, it may be something they hadn't done while they were on the show. And then by the next week, I'm like, oh, they're at Carnegie Hall. So it's my sincere belief that, you know, I'm dealing with some talented people that are led to me, and, you know, it's a coalition, you know, that everybody that's on this show, don't think it's like you just pop in one day. No, you know, I pray that you stay connected. You know, I follow you as much as I can, but I want to know, you know, stuff that you're doing, so we can let other people know.
Yeah. Let me just big you up real quick for that. I was watching the Quincy Jones documentary, and I didn't know that, you know, Michael Jackson went up to him and asked him, could you be my producer? And, could you find me a producer? And he was like, I'll be your producer. And after that was Thriller, you know? And before that, you know, after Thriller, that's when everybody was fainting for Michael. And you know, it's like Quincy Jones planted a seed,
Right.
right? And then I was watching how he discovered Oprah, right?
Okay.
And Will Smith was just rapping, and he called Will Smith and
Right.
put him on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and
Right.
told him, I'm gonna change your life. So
Exactly.
what you're doing, right? You're not only putting the ladder back down, you're investing in your future as well. Because when Quincy Jones had a big event at the end of the documentary, all of those people showed up.
Right.
Barack showed up, Michelle showed up, Oprah showed up. You can't tell Quincy no. You know what I mean? So even if he went broke today, he'll never be
Right.
broke because of the people that
Right.
that he supported. So what you're doing is an awesome thing, and I kind of do something similar to that.
Yes, you
Everybody's
do.
not gonna get it,
Right.
you know.
And it doesn't matter if they get it or not.
Yeah,
It's some people.
The planets will. Nothing you do goes unrewarded.
Right.
I believe
Right.
in that.
So-
Bad or good.
Right.
You know. So.
But I do know that, even though we know that, it's like, as an artist, you know, you have those times where, you know, you might be a little down because you're like, you know, and I when I follow people, I could hear it. I hear it in everyone that's out there doing it.
Yeah.
And because sometimes you don't get
I rant a little bit.
Yeah, I heard you, like, and I was like, oh, no, we can't do that. You're positive. So
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, I feel like, I'm so glad you said that because
you represent the
yo,
light.
it's funny. My younger bro is with me. You know what I'm saying? And years ago, one time, you know, I had a disagreement with someone. He's like, "Yo, you're a businessman."
Right.
And I think that, and he's right. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like some people forget that you're a human being,
Right.
right? Before I'm a businessman, before I'm a rapper,
Right.
I'm a human being, and respect means a lot to me. And I'm working on it. You know, I'm learning. You know, to just let things go for the
Just
sake
know-
of the brand,
Right.
my children,
Right.
because it's tough. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm the owner of a bar, right? I started a radio show. I'm a rapper. I was begging DJs to play my music. They was ignoring me. I started a radio show, right? So ain't nobody really I created my ladder, right?
Right.
A guy who created his ladder putting the ladder back down. But anyway, I started the radio show. The radio show, I had so many artists in tune to the radio show. They was like, yo, let's do an event. I invited all the artists from the radio show to an event. I booked the club with my money. Brought all the artists there. I started going to Brooklyn Nights, and the owner there was like, hey, would you like running your own club? I became the owner of a club. I become the owner of a club, and I'm on Instagram one night, and all your friends are going to Red Lobster, right? All your friends are going to Buffalo Wild Wings, you know? They're going to bars. Corona is Corona no matter where you go, right? You know, so I don't really care about, like, that anymore, like
Right.
the lack of support
Right.
or I have a loyal following.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They support me, and there's 8 billion people on this globe that I gotta reach out to.
Right.
You know, I just came back from Texas performing. I got a new following out there, as small as
Right.
it might be. You know, Baltimore follows me, Rhode Island follows me, Connecticut.
Okay.
I hope to be in Arizona in 2019, and that's what I gotta do. I'm learning to continue to put the ladder back down, but
Right.
for people that might be grateful, and things like that. you
Right.
know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lesson that I think most people go through. But with that responsibility of reaching out to other people, you learn the lesson that, okay, I'm growing. Maybe some people not gonna grow with you. You can't worry about that.
Yeah,
You know, you just
I
gotta
agree.
be who you are, do the things that God put you here to do, and trust in that, and just know that everything is gonna fall and be aligned the way it's supposed to be. You know, and when those days are dark, when you're like, what happened to my friends?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
where my boy? You know, you have to remember that and just keep moving. And you can't let that negativity, you know, go into the light that you're supposed to be shining.
I agree.
So you'll be all right. Just stick with that.
I appreciate
You know, and
that.
no, it's
I
not only
appreciate
you,
that.
it's everyone.
Yeah.
You know, we all go through it. I went through it. You know, you're like, you know, the person that may have had told you to do something may have turned their back on you.
Yeah.
But it's for whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about that. You'll be okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I know so. Yeah.
So
cool.
so then we have so then you went and you have the Ibit, and this is what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you have the Ibit line. You're sporting your own your hat and your hoodie.
Yeah.
And your brother's in the house, and he's also representing.
Yeah.
I'll be representing
Yeah.
because I'm putting my
My
order
brother
in.
has no choice. You know?
And for that also, it's so important for us to brand, like you're branding, you're tell them what Ibit means.
Yeah.
And,
So if it is, well, it's initially.
but you have to say it.
If it initially it's an onomatopoeia. It's paying homage to the DJ. It's the sound of the DJ scratching, right? So if it, that's if it. But it also is an acronym for I visioned it. You know, me, my dream. Shout out to my bro 10, helped me coin that, and that's what it's about. And we got the curvy women in it, plus size models in it, and we represent in all sizes. We want people to be warm and represent hip hop. You know, the name of my brand is the New Old School, and the DJ is the root of hip hop, right? So that's what Ivit represents, and yeah. And thank you for everybody. The newoldskoolbrand.com. Go into the site and actually, you know, supporting us. And red and white is your favorite. Red and white is your favorite. No, red and black. is the color for you. So I'll work on that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think the red and white, I might think of a candy cane.
Yeah, I got you. I promise.
But I, you know, I just love the whole, you know, the whole branding concept, and you know, the fact that you're rapping consciously, lyrics wise, and going back to the community, being supportive to your community, and you know, I can't like say how grateful I am to acknowledge that, you know, and then being a family man and trying to pass on the legacy to your children and doing these things. I mean, because that's as a, you know, that's where we are, and that's what we need to get back to. That's something that was lost. And, you know, with people like you know, pushing it and knowing we're your own, you know.
Yeah.
Be the, you know, we had FUBU one time, but it was soul. Okay, so and once you do that, keep it in your community.
Yes.
You know, don't sell it.
Yeah.
So
well, that's well, I really hope I could bring it in 2019, but I've been working on a book. The name of the book is Why Wear a Name Brand When You Can Brand Your Name. Exactly. And you know, just Run DMC, Calvin Klein is no friend of mine. I don't want nobody's name on my behind.
Hello.
Right? Everyone can really brand themselves. Actually, everyone's going to be forced to in the near future, just to survive. That's a whole nother story. But
yeah.
I just feel like we got to take ownership. When I got my bachelor's degree in sociology, a lot of people I graduated with left Brooklyn. When I got my master's degree in social work at Hunter College, a lot of my friends left Brooklyn. And I'm not really mad at them. I could see why you want to leave what we grew up in. It's not the best, right, environment sometimes. But I do feel like a moral obligation to, you know, leave some of the resources here. If we all elevate and then bounce and leave the community, you know, what good is it?
Right.
A lot of brothers get locked up, and a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I ain't get locked up. Well, I didn't rob a bank. Well, I don't sell drugs, and we don't feel like we need to help them. But you got to remember, when they come home, where they coming home to? The community. Right. So I feel I like being involved in my community. I like being able to squash beefs that just can be prevented, just stupid stuff that can just be prevented with a conversation. Right. So I'm very community oriented, and I love to ask people, what's your passion, so that we can brand and understand. I want to be Quincy Jones too, right? I want to meet the Oprahs, and you know, and the Michael Jacksons, and I'm gonna be an old man one day, you know. And I wanna plant seeds in people in my community, for them and for me in the future.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And it's blooming, and
It's blooming like your dress. It's nice.
Yeah, it's blooming like that, from a seed to
Yeah.
full garden.
They say pebbles make mountains, and
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah.
Okay, so then, so you're doing, let me see, those two, got the, you're
Yeah.
gonna,
So what we talked about, you got the fashion
right, so you're going into the schools, we're gonna do
schools. Yeah.
rap or
Rap,
poetry.
music, yeah, yeah. You want some music? Yeah. Oh, I have a whole litany of albums out. The latest is Customer Service. It's on Apple Music, Spotify. Uh, just check me out, Bobby Stone on YouTube. Got a couple videos. I did a song recently with Rock from Helter Skelter. Shout out to Bootcamp Click. Got a song on YouTube with MOP. Shout out to Fame. So back to extending the ladder back down, these are people in the game that have extended the ladder back down to me because
Right.
of what I represent hip-hop wise.
Right.
And, I'm grateful for that. You know?
Yeah, and I had mentioned, and I always mention, you said you didn't know him, but Keith Watkins with the organization No Kids Left Behind. He's from East New York, so he's actually the dean at IS 218, similar to what you're doing, and he was a DJ, well, still DJing. So a lot of the DJs come. He has a once a month fish fry fundraiser. So a lot of the DJs come back, and he
Nice.
was a producer and on the road back in the 80s. So I always like to give a shout out to him.
Yeah,
and
God
these
bless
are people
him.
that
Well, tag me in the next fish
right,
fry. I love to come.
exactly.
Come by. Yeah.
And usually I'm shooting the same time, but I will go out there. Maybe you
Yeah.
can come with me
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
check it
wouldn't
out.
mind.
Because, you know, people doing like minds need to connect.
I agree.
Because you're not alone. It's so many people doing positive things. It's like you can't, well, I can't express how many and how much is being done, but it just hasn't been publicized, or, you know, they might not just, might not have the platform.
Yeah.
So that's what this platform is about.
Yeah, I feel like the more positive brand builders are, the more harder it is to come out, right? So if I'm an artist talking about I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna
Exactly.
kill you, take your girl, I probably would be more
Right,
popular.
and basically, that's how it's been.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
but
you know,
I believe in integrity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I believe in hip hop, and my following is a reflection of, you know, the growth.
Right.
So it's no need to change that. And but you gotta, let's be for real. If I'm telling you not to kill your brother, let's unite. That doesn't really help the private prison industry, right? That doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? If I'm telling people to actually think, and you know, I got 2 sons in my life that I love dearly, right? I
Exactly.
take care of them. My sons live with me, right? So I'm telling brothers to be fathers, and that doesn't really help the private prison
well,
industry.
we're not trying to help that. We're
Exactly.
trying to,
So
we're trying to
if
close that down.
If that means that my struggle has to be harder because I have a positive kind of message, and I still make people bop to my music. I'm not trying to be corny just because it's positive. Then let the struggle be, you know? Yeah,
Yes.
we'll get there.
And not only that, I saw that, like, your parents, well, the picture I saw, I think they were together.
Yes.
That was 47 years, so it may be more years now. I'm not sure.
I believe February 8th. I don't know if my brother remember the date. He around here somewhere, but yeah, my parents is going on 50 years of marriage.
Wow.
So, and I'm grateful for that. I grew up in a community where most kids don't grow up with their
Right.
parents,
Right.
right? And
Let's
I
give a
got
shout
4
out to them. 50 years.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, and those are the things I feel like we need to celebrate.
Exactly.
Right? Not going to jail is cool, right? Being a part of a family is cool. Being smart is cool. Like, that's the hip hop I grew up on.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing that we need to start translating to our children. And like you said, there's a plethora of people out here that's doing positive things. And thankful for people like you who create a platform, because there's a whole nother platform and gatekeepers that only want that negative thing.
Right.
Because they working with the same people that don't want Kaepernick kneeling, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm a part of the good fight. Every day I wake up, I'm just grateful that God wakes me up to be a part of the good fight. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're talking about. And let's see, I just want to. So, should we go into letting you do some freestyle?
Sure.
Okay, he's going to do it from his seat here.
Yeah. All right.
Take you on this rapper's journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is called Three Doors. I go to schools and speak to kids about this, and it's a message, and to be on TV and let them hear it is even bigger. So it's three doors. You decide which is more fun. Allow me to introduce you to door one. You a hustler. No more being poor, son. And every time you snap your fingers, all the girls come. Supplying bricks, buying trips for the flyest chicks. Your life is lit, but door one has the highest risk. That new Jag got every other crew mad. Somehow they feel entitled to all the things that you have too bad. Here's where it gets miserable. When you get locked, no one coming to visit you. The same chicks out here you was giving your digits to, they rocking with the same lames that was trying to get rid of you. And when the judge says F your life, that means when you come home, you have a F for life. What good is making a living if they gonna take you to prison? But it's your choice and you gotta make a decision. A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. When you arrive, it just don't have the same glow. See, everybody gotta pick a different lane, so choose wise. Life is like a game show. Before you choose what you gonna do, allow me to introduce door number two. You got a good job. Life is kinda comfortable. You got the whole world standing right in front of you. Passed all your classes, got you a bachelor's, got you a master's, cop you the fastest, whip you legit, but beat the politics, kid. Door two comes with a moderate risk, cause as soon as you get comfy in that new home, hun, that's when them thirsty bill collectors from that school loan come, screaming you owe them. Another thing about door two, you could put in overtime and still be poor too. That's why the whole town's so mad. It's the reason why door one don't sound so bad. What good is making a living if you ain't making a living? But it's your choice and you gotta make a decision. A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. When you arrive, it just don't have the same glow. Everybody gotta pick a different lane, so choose wise. Life is like a game show. Let's peep the story behind door three. It has the lowest risk out of all three. You ain't gotta hustle or work at all, G. And everything you desire, you get it all free, on fleek. Every day's a vacay, bro. You think you better than the other dude that's slang, yeah, yo. You quick to say no to UPS and they payroll, but don't have a peso to purchase one egg roll. Hey, yo. Bridges ain't something you could burn. Everyone that helps you out, they want something in return. You think it's all fun till you begging for money from door two so you could cop weed from door one. You ain't got work or a job, brother, so you plot all day on how to rob brothers. Focus on creating a vision, legit entrepreneurship. That's the greatest decision. Thank you. Three Doors. Check it out on YouTube. If it.
All right now.
Yeah.
Three doors. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we know which one you chose.
Yes, ma'am. Which one would you choose?
Three. Door number three.
But thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for having me. Oh, I'm sorry if I hit my mic, but follow me on Instagram.
Let's have a Ivit.
Can I get a Ivit? And thank you, man. If you want some Ivit gear, the new oldschoolbrand.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at Bobby Stone Music. And I just want to thank you, and I just want to shout you out for showing love to our brothers. I don't think sometimes our women don't know how much we need y'all. You guys control the world. You guys need to understand your power. The way you big up James Baldwin, the way you big up Martin Luther King, and I see you. I watch you too. And,
don't forget Paul Robeson.
And thank you. Like we need that. It's cool if my homies big me up, but we need it from our women. That it feels different when it comes from y'all. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. I wish you all the success that I know is to come. You'll probably need buckets, and you'll probably have a lot of people to help you, because I know it's going to be great for you.
Thank you. Thank
So-
you. I can feel it. I feel it already.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're ready to grab you in the next studio.
Yeah. They said they got me for another interview, but that's the way the Most High works. So.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. That's been today with Bobby Stone.
Yeah. And shout out to your whole behind the scenes staff. Their hospitality's been excellent.
Yay.
People don't shout them out a lot, huh?
Oh, yeah, we shout them out all the time. Watch my next show. It's like they get shout outs all the time because I love them and they're the best.
That's what's up. Thank you. New old school. It's the leader of the new old school, Bobby Stone, and you're now tuned into the Ketriana Yvonne show. Make sure you tune in the first Wednesday of every month to the Queen, Miss Royalty, my sister, Ketriana Yvonne.
In these evil and troubled times, it's really hard to see the sunshine. It's even harder to smile when all you want to do is frown and cry. I know times is hard, but you still got to clean up your back.